Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Ryan from Seaway Sports Lounge, and this is some breaking news that's been happening across today. I want to go over in this video, we're going to go over a major trade that happened between three NHL teams. Also, there was a major signing yesterday with the Montreal Canadiens. Ottawa Senators seem to be having some trouble with one of their top six forwards. We'll talk about that a little bit. And of course, the Stanley Cup finals. We're going to go over what's been happening and where we might see this final go. So with that, let's just get right into it. So today's trade was a pretty important one, actually. A lot of players moving around. The Flyers, Blue Jackets, and LA Kings were all involved. This news broke about maybe 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern today. Trade was slowly coming out with what was the all the details. And of course, Twitter was on fire. People were wondering who's going where, who's doing what, those kind of things, right? But that's okay. I mean, that's what happens in this social media world, right? Everybody gets a little piece of news and then all of a sudden they hope and wonder. And pretty interesting how it all panned out. But the trade is now final. I'm going to share with you right now what the deal is. So, Ivan Provorov, who's been with the Flyers since the beginning of his career, has been moved. This guy has been slated to being traded for the last 5 months. As a writer for the Flyers Insider myself, I've heard his name numerous times in many trade rumors throughout the year, basically. Anyway, he's been moved. He moved to the Columbus Blue Jackets today. It's a three-way deal. The LA Kings got involved, and they ended up getting some Flyers prospects. They ended up getting Kevin Connaughton, he's a defenseman. They also picked up Hayden Hodgson. He's a forward. Both young players, of course. And they also took on Provorov 30% of his contract. So that's a good, that's helpful to help broker the deal, of course. Now, the Flyers are the one that received the most, as you can see. They ended up receiving goaltender Cal Peterson. They ended up getting a young defenseman in Sean Walker. Another one, Helga Grands. He's actually quite good, I guess. High up there in a few years for a few years ago in the draft. And this is the key. They ended up getting three draft picks. They ended up getting LA's second round pick in 2024. Columbus's first round pick this year and a conditional second round pick in 2024 as well. So general manager Danny Briere was looking to make a splash, obviously, as the new GM of the team officially now with Keith Jones as president. This is qualifies, I feel, as a splash. This is important. This is what the Flyers need to do. They need to get younger. They need to get more prospects into their system. They do have some, but they do require more. And this is one way of doing that. They moved Ivan Provorov to get this done. And I mean, their defense is going to take a hit for it, but these other players coming back are going to help. Now, obviously, it's going to help them with their cap space. They've cleared some money by moving this along. And again, with the draft picks, who knows what they're going to get with those, but it's important they got another first round. So that's two first rounds for the Flyers. There was rumor as well that Carter Hart was on the move earlier today. Nothing has transpired yet, nothing that I've seen. No news at all, really, if there was a deal to be made or not. Maybe it fell through, maybe it never happened, who knows. There was a lot of rumors flying around that he was on the move, but looks like the Flyers are beginning their teardown, which was expected. And they were mentioning they were going to start doing the rebuilding phase. So all in all, as far as I know, I think everybody got a little bit of something that they were looking for. Obviously, the Flyers got exactly what they were hoping for, which is prospects and picks. So that's a good deal for the Flyers. Kings received two good players, and of course the Blue Jackets get a star defense. They get a star defenseman. So good on them. Good deal. So the next piece of news is the Canadiens signed Cole Caulfield. Now Typhoon put out two videos yesterday, one in the shorts and one in the long form about this signing. This is actually a really good signing for Montreal. They got him on an 8-year extension, so the max they can go for 62.8 million, which his cap hit is around 7.85. Now, I feel that's a very fair number. I mean, this kid, provided he could stay healthy, he's had a tough time with health. Yes, last year, obviously with his shoulder, that's a fair number. I mean, if he gets 40 goals, whatever he could get, I mean, he's going to be one of their main pieces for offense. And at 7.8, that's a very, very easy number to handle. With the fact that Nick Suzuki as well is around 7.8, they just managed to lock up two major stars at a low number, and with their rebuilding phase in progress, and they're clearly not done. They're just beginning their business that they need to do. I'd say from looking from the outside in, I think this is a fair deal for Caulfield, and I think Montreal had a win here. So good for the Habs. I mean, they're still in the process of doing their evaluations and trying to get players to move. So Hats off to Kent Hughes for getting it done. After this, next is the Senators, maybe dealing to Brincat. Now, there's been rumors about this for a little while now. I've been seeing this throughout the internet as while I do my writing, that DeBrincat's not doesn't feel like he wants to do an extension with the Senators. He basically told the team recently that he's not ready for an extension. Now that could all change, of course. He does have a $9 million qualifying offer attached to him. So if the Senators want to keep his rights, they obviously have to qualify him at that money for 1 year. Doesn't mean he's going to accept it or whichever. I believe the Sens are going to have to make a decision on him. I mean, for their sake, I hope they can make a deal. But if he's going to be clear that he doesn't want to sign there, he should tell them now so they can make a deal and put him somewhere else. It'd be a deal that would not work out well for the Senators because they had high hopes for him. But we'll have to see. He might end up making a deal with that. Now, as well, the Senators are currently mired in a long battle of their new ownership. We're not sure exactly what's going on. There's been all kinds of news, the ownership groups, but it sounds like there's two groups that right now that are battling out trying to get the Senators. This could also be playing a little bit of a role with the Brincat because he maybe wants to know where the team's going to go, but we'll have to see. But anyway, it looks like the Senators may have to make a decision on him. And if they're going to make a trade, odds are I would see them at the draft like they did when they acquired him last year. Interesting times in Senators with the Senators right now. It's hard to build a team when you don't even know who your owner is going to be. Finally, we're going to be talking about the Stanley Cup Finals. They are underway. They just completed Game 2 the other day. Game 3 will be on Thursday. They are currently up. The Golden Knights are up 2-0, and in convincing fashion. I have my thoughts of what happened here. Florida has been playing well above their capability compared to what they did in the regular season. They were getting just lights out goaltending from Bob. I mean, he's been playing Vezina quality all the way through the 3 rounds. Now he's there. Unfortunately, the Panthers, I mean, the other team had a layoff too. Let's be fair. Both teams are fair. But for some reason, I think maybe this layoff affected the Panthers more. It's not an excuse. They should be able to be ready to play. Or what I really think is I think they're overmatched. I think where they finished in the regular season, they met the team that may finish them off. We'll have to watch this. 2-0 is, I mean, we've seen teams go down, get tied up 2-2. But with the 2 wins that they've had, and the last one being being at 7 goals against, it seems that the Vegas Golden Knights have a good idea of what to do against Bob. I don't know. We'll have to watch the games and see. But I just have this feeling that Vegas is going to steamroll this team. I think Florida has run out of gas. That's my opinion. I think they've run out of luck as well. I mean, they did play very well during those 3 series, including the Maple Leafs one. They dominated the Leafs many times, as we all saw. We'll have to watch and see how they do. So that's just a quick little update. Just wanted to pass that along. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that. If you like what we're doing with the video, please hit like or subscribe. If you want to get notification bells, hit the notification bell in the video. And with that, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Good night.